So what's your schedule like? Like how you plan your day? Because many people, like, this is a pandemic time. It's very tough to, stay calm and do things, concentrate or things. So how you are right now doing things? Like what's your schedule like?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is one of the things I really enjoy about homeschooling is that it's so flexible. If I'm just really feeling it to do Flutter and I'm just like I really want to code today, then I'll just go on like a 5 hour jam and just bang it out. And so I guess it's kind of just when I'm feeling the energy to do something, I can just do it. And
Mhm.
so that's been really great because then I can do get things done a lot faster because I can just follow like when am I feeling it to write an article, or when am I really excited about doing some Flutter coding. So in like my schedule is very flexible, but it's also in the mornings, Monday through Thursday I do we at 7:30 we do a live stream, which
Oh,
is
that sounds good.
so where we kind of just talk about a bunch of different things. And that's WEquil Live, and we do that
Mm.
live on Facebook. And and so and we just talk about different things. A lot of it is mostly relating to WEquil.School, like this is our upcoming demo day, we're going to be sharing about this. And so that's the first thing that I usually do. And then we have Code Academy at 8:30, which is where I just teach a lot of the some of the kids at WEquil.School how to do Flutter. And it's been really cool because they just kind of they think about, well, what do I want to build, and that gets them really excited because like one of the students, he's really into soccer, so he's building a soccer app um in Flutter to help other kids get better at soccer as well. And so it's like, and then that's something that really excites him, so he's going to be more motivated to try to make this app the best that he can. And so we have a demo day every Saturday at 2 p.m. where we have a topic every week. This week was history, and we did that yesterday. And um and so it's so then we also like go over, well, who wants to present a project, who has a project related to history, and then setting all that up and giving them a chance to try to present themselves and share what they're doing. um but
Awesome.
but in terms of my kind of like when I code, it's more like when I have everything done, I'll just kind of think about, well, what can I code that would be a most useful, or maybe like what do I want to learn about, like maybe look at some Firebase videos so I can get more so I can get better at that. But yeah, I mean, there's just some scheduled things that I do, but then other than that, it's more like what what do I really want to do? What do I think would be the best use of my time right now? And so basically, I just run WEquil.School, and then build WEquil.app, and then kind of blog about things that I'm interested in.
What about playing and all those other things which is not related to computer and tech or anything like that?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of this is kind of just how we can take things like just like playing outside and be really creative about it, and how we can maybe
Mm.
just collaborate with other young people in WEquil.School to
Yeah.
like we have recess where a bunch of kids from the neighborhood who are doing WEquil.School just come over, and they can just play with each other. And we're also thinking of doing like a Belagarth, which is a foam sword fighting, and like you can like make your own foam swords and make your own armor. And kind of being really creative on how you can just do things like just playing outside, because now kids can can like learn about crafting and how you can make things, and also we do some like role play games where people are thinking about like my character, and it's like these are things that you would mostly just do for fun, and but it's like ways you can be really creative about it. Like for example, the role play games, we want to make a classroom for that in our in the web app where you can kind of automate the process of setting up a role play game and things like that.
Nice.
And yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So kind of you are also building an young army of coders, right? Like who are
Yeah.
probably from your neighborhood. Some people may be a part of just the online WEquil.School. So yeah, I mean that's really amazing. I mean the way you have been doing all these things, and you have like you are learning as well, you are studying as well, you are kind of helping others as well, you are running a company, you are having a YouTube channel, like a lot of things you are doing, so amazing. So
um I want to help people in a scalable way, which I think is that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm helping people explore their interests and create in a way that potentially
yeah.
thousands of young people could use. So yeah, I would say think about what I would say, like I want to think about what I want to do next, and how, and 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 kind of the next step, but
Hmm.
I don't think that um you can really plan the rest. I don't think you can really plan the rest of your life, because you don't know how things are going to be
Yeah,
10 years from now. You don't know if you're going to be interested in the same things 10 years from now. You don't know if the
that's
world
true.
is even going to be the same. Like the world's
Hmm.
obviously not going to be the same 10 years from now. So,
And what about your dad, like how he has been helping you, and like what is his plans about you, and all those sort of things.
he is always been really just supportive of having me follow my interests, and he gives me a lot of freedom and empowers me to do the things that I'm interested in, and to create
Hmm.
out of that. And so I think it's just been really empowering and supporting when it's like, well, and instead of just like, okay, well, you're gonna do this today, it's like, well, what do you want to do today, and how can we make the most out of today, and the time
Hmm.
that we have right now. And so he helped me to become really confident in myself, because when I created something, not only would he be supportive, but he would help me put it on a blog, and he would share it with other people. So it's
Hmm.
kind of it's interesting, because we did a live talk about, like, I think it was how to be confident or something, and it's
Hmm.
like, well, you can have people just say, you kind of need to have some outside influence saying, like, okay, because if your parents are always like, okay, good job,
Hmm.
then that's great. But it's also, if you share it with other people, then it's like people actually appreciate what I'm doing, and he gave
Hmm.
me that that kind of opportunity to share it with other people, and that I think that helped me to become really confident, and made it so that I could kind of take a chance on myself by homeschooling, and thinking like, well, even though this is not what people normally do, I believe that I can do this, and that's what I want to do for other kids, and I think that's
Hmm.
what we're trying to do with WEquil.School, is
Awesome, awesome.
providing that same thing. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, yeah, I'm like, when your parents or when people around you helps you, in achieving your goals on, or at least, focusing on things which you actually want to do, then it actually creates a lot of opportunities as well. And you get a lot of inspiration from them. and kind of that support which you get actually brings the best out of you, and you also feel that okay, this is something which I should do to to like justify what they have been doing for me. So that's pretty amazing, and I'm really really happy to hear it. So yeah, before I end this conversation, I want to ask you one last question, and that is, what will be your tips to the people who are watching this video right now, right? Like, what are your tips or suggestions if someone is starting to learn how to code, or maybe someone wants to start their own startup, anything which you want to share?
Yeah, well, I think in terms of a startup, think about, well, what's a problem in the world that you want to solve, and I think the best thing to be is like, what is something that I face in my life that would be a lot better if there was a solution, and then try to get that solution. And that's one of the things that we do in WEquil.School is we have WEquil Combinator, where we can help fund these startups and provide funding, give them a platform, and help them build their website. Because it's really like what we're trying to do
Hmm.
with the projects at WeQual School is how kids can take what they love to do, what they're good at, and provide value for the world. And that's also um, what I think what companies do is they're trying to solve a problem, which is providing value for the world.
Hmm.
And families from anywhere are free to join at, and you can just go to uh, WEquil.School, WEquil.School, and it's a really flexible model. It's basically based on what you have to offer to people.
Hmm.
And for developers who want to make a startup, I think that's a really good place to start, because you don't have to have capital to like buy a factory, and all you need
Yeah.
to do is just it is to think about what's something that I feel like I can provide to people, that I'm uniquely suited to to provide to people, and so how can I
Hmm.
build that into a platform. And um and yeah, I think one of the things that I did that I think people should try to do is, if you really do, if you have identified the problem, you know it exists because you're facing it in your own life, and you've come up with a solution, you want to do it, um just kind of take a chance on yourself, kind of make a
Hmm.
calculated risk, and say, I'm going to just spend a month and try to build this out, and maybe make a minimum viable product to see if other people
Hmm.
enjoy doing it. And I think, I mean, I would not be doing this if I was like, I don't think that I'm going to be able to homeschool, and so if I and I think that um just just taking saying like, okay, I think that I'm just gonna try this out.
Hmm.
Maybe it will work, maybe it won't, but even if it doesn't work out, I still got something from the experience. So
Yeah.
even if your app doesn't take off, now you have that skill, but you've also just you've made friendships along the way. You've kind
Hmm.
of tried this out, and to give yourself freedom to fail, because you're not always going to know what you're doing. You're
Yeah.
not always going to have, like, I know, I mean, I definitely agree with you. Like, our first videos were just, we turned the volume all the way high, and
Yeah.
it just hurt your ears to try to listen to. And to know that like, even if you don't have the best YouTube videos, you're gonna learn from the experience of just trying to make one.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it starts. Everything starts like that only. When you start something, it's always very bad, then it becomes better, and the more you try, it gets better and better, and that's what life is all about. So the only thing which is important here is to try, is to at least, you know like, just do your best, whatever will come out, that you don't have to worry about. And if that's sort of your interest as well, then it's a really good thing to try it out. And I think when you have a passion for something, nothing can stop you, and at the end you will find your way. So yeah, I mean, those are all questions, and I'm really really amazed to see that you have like kind of all the things already in your mind. I don't even think that you need any kind of consultancy from someone to do something. But yeah, I mean, the way you have been planning things, it's really good. The way you have been learning and helping others is amazing. So again, all the very best to you, so that you can, continue what you are doing and you can do even better. And congratulations for your own startup, or WEquil.School, and all those sort of things which you are doing. And thank you so much for joining this conversation, Sumay.
Yeah,
And thanks
thank
to your dad as well for approving it. So so yeah, I mean, that's it. And I hope that we will get in touch again with something interesting, which you will probably make.
Yeah, before we go, I just want to thank you so much for having me, and to thank
It's my pleasure.
the the Flutteristas who have invited me to join their wonderful community. And I just want to thank my parents and my sister as well for being really supportive, and Way, our CTO, the WEquil team, and all the families that are taking a chance on what we're doing.